What do careers, relationships, and aging have in common? Well, they all do better with a plan. Welcome to Aging Together, a podcast dedicated to exploring the challenges and opportunities of caring for our aging loved ones. This podcast is a product of Caregiver Consulting and Healthy Solutions, a private consulting practice dedicated to helping you navigate the aging process with ease. Together, we will dive into a wide range of topics, including health and wellness, financial planning, caregiving, and more. This podcast is for everyone, whether you are an older adult looking to age in place, a caregiver seeking support and guidance, a young or middle-aged adult planning for the future, or simply someone interested in learning more about the aging process. I hope you'll join me on this journey. Let's navigate aging together. What's up, everyone? I'm your host, Pooja, and you're listening to Aging Together. Continuing on with Fall Prevention Month, September is also National Preparedness Month, targeting how to prepare for emergencies and disasters, especially when it comes to our older family members. For many older adults, fall prevention is only one slice of the pie. Preparing for a fall and having a plan in place on how to handle one are two additional slices to that pie. Some crisis situations may be unavoidable, but having a plan in place can be a saving grace during that tumultuous time. In this episode, I'm taking a dive into different tools and areas to consider when preparing for emergencies and disasters with older adults. So buckle up, because today's episode is all about ensuring the safety and well-being of our older adults in times of crisis. Shit happens, and it often happens when we least expect it. For older adults and their families, being prepared for emergencies is not just a good idea, it's a necessity. So why is planning so crucial? Well, seniors often face unique challenges during emergencies, such as falls, hospitalizations, injuries, and even long-term care needs. Having a well-documented plan can mean the difference between a manageable situation and a full-blown crisis. Let's start with falls and injuries. What should families and older adults consider when planning for these situations? First and foremost, assess the home environment. Make sure it's safe and free from potential hazards. Install grab bars, non-slip mats, and proper lighting. Refer to episode 35 or the blog for a more thorough outline of things to look for in a home assessment. Once that's done, have a plan in place for contacting help, whether it's a trusted neighbor, family member, or an emergency response service. Make sure everyone knows where that plan is saved, on a phone, on a computer, maybe it's on the fridge. Hopefully it's not in a book somewhere where no one can find it. Ensure it is in an easy to locate and grab location so it's quickly accessible in an emergency. If the older adult has previously been identified to be at an increased fall risk by a healthcare provider or has had other emergencies, consider assistive technology options to help monitor and create access to immediate assistance. Examples of fall detection devices can be found in episode 35 or on the blog as well. Moving on to hospitalizations, these can be quite stressful for older adults and their families. How can we prepare for these situations? I like to break this into 3 separate time frames: before a hospitalization, during a hospitalization, and after a hospitalization. Beforehand, it's crucial to maintain an up-to-date medical history and a list of medications. Designate a family member or friend as an advocate and ensure they have access to medical records. Discuss end-of-life wishes and advance directives in advance. Make sure your healthcare power of attorney knows your wishes and has written documentation of them readily available. Now, these are not things you want to do while you're waiting for an ambulance after you've already called 911. These are things you want squared away today before any emergencies occur. Something that is not frequently discussed or well known across non-hospital providers is that most hospitalizations of older adults with falls can lead to recommendations for rehab following discharge from the hospital. There are so many different types of rehab that could be recommended, and it might be helpful to learn about those different types and have tentative plans or ideas in place if that were to ever happen. Similarly, have a plan for if the family member could not return to their own home due to either stairs or other environmental barriers or other accessibility issues that can come with an injury or a compromised functional status. Maybe they can stay with another family member, or maybe there's options for temporary housing, or maybe it's time to look into more supportive living communities. Moving into during a hospitalization, this is a period of great uncertainty, but you can still maintain a sense of control. While your family member is in the hospital, stay in close communication with the medical team. Ask questions and seek clarification about their condition, treatment plan, and any potential complications. Keep a notebook or digital device handy to jot down important information. It's also essential to ensure that your loved one's medications are being administered correctly. Verify with the medical staff and provide them with the updated medication list you prepared before the hospitalization. Sometimes errors can occur, and your vigilance can help prevent them. Ask about other available service providers. For example, most hospital doctors will consult with other healthcare providers to help provide comprehensive care and best recommendations for your family member based on their condition and presentation. Some of these consults can be with rehab therapies such as physical and occupational and speech therapy, social work, spiritual care, or other specialty physicians such as orthopedics or neurology, depending on the needs of your family member. Another crucial aspect is emotional support. Hospital stays can be emotionally taxing for both the patient and their family. Be there for your loved one, offering comfort and reassurance. Engage with hospital staff regarding visitation policies and schedules to maximize your time with them. Finally, once your loved one is discharged from the hospital, the journey isn't quite over most of the time. The period after hospitalization requires careful attention and planning as well. First and foremost, ensure a smooth transition back home or to a care facility. This might involve making necessary home modifications, arranging from home healthcare services, or selecting a rehab center if necessary. Medication management continues to be crucial during the post-hospitalization phase. Make sure you understand any new medications or changes to the existing regimen. Follow up with your family member's primary care physician to ensure that their recovery is on track. Keep a watchful eye on your family member's physical and emotional well-being. Recovery can be challenging, and they may need assistance with daily activities such as bathing, dressing, or simply preparing meals. Coordinate with healthcare professionals and consider hiring caregivers if necessary. Lastly, use this time to review and update your emergency and long-term care plans that you already had in place prior to this hospitalization. Discuss any changes in your family member's health status or preferences with their healthcare power of attorney and family members. This ensures that everyone is on the same page and prepared for any future health crises. Emergencies can take many forms. How can we prepare for the unexpected? Create an emergency kit with essential supplies like medication, medical equipment, and important documents. Develop a communication plan so everyone knows how to stay in touch during a crisis. Finally, remember to stay informed about local emergency resources. Long-term care is a concern for many older adults. What steps can we take to plan for this? Start by exploring options for long-term care, whether it's at home, in a facility, or with the support of family. Consider the financial aspects and explore long-term care insurance. Lastly, engage in advanced care planning to ensure that your loved one's wishes are known and respected. The journey through hospitalization and recovery can be smoother when you have a well-thought-out plan in place from before to during and after the hospitalization. Preparing is the key to providing the best care and support for your older family members during a challenging time. Stay safe, stay prepared, and until next time, take care. At Caregiver Consulting and Healthy Solutions, we are dedicated to helping you navigate aging together. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.